Hey everyone, welcome to Firefall News, the show where I'll talk about stuff that's happening right now at Firefall or will happen very soon. Um, Today I want to talk with you about the assault, the new assault, because for the assault frames, a lot of stuff changed or will change depending on when you're watching this video. And yeah, at first the base stats, you're getting your health at high, so 25% more base HP than, for example, a Recon or an Engineer, or the Biotechs. The movement speed is only 6 meter per second, so your walk speed is as high as the one the Dreadnoughts have. You are one of the two slowest frames now, but you get jet energy on very high, 500 jet energy. Right now on live you have only 300. And the jet energy recharge is also only at standard 75. A little bit of German came here through, sorry about that. Yeah, these stats can be increased with, sure, the basic stuff, perks, equipment, tinkering, modules, and elite rank upgrades, so you can increase all these stats. The idea now is not having super fast assaults running through all the enemies like crazy like it is right now, and not getting hit, but you get much more HP than you have right now, and more jet energy. You're supposed to operate most of the time from the air, and it works pretty well. You have to try it. You're not this super fast by walking. You can still increase your sprint speed really good, so you will be able to travel faster, let's say this way, by sprinting, but your movement speed is pretty low right now, and you will work most of the time from the air using air sprint, and this works really well. So you're still pretty fast during combat, but you're in the air and not on the ground. So let's head over to weapons and abilities. The basic assault weapon is the diffusion cannon. That's the new name. It was the plasma cannon, and the primary fire basically works like the plasma cannon we know right now. You're firing one huge blast of plasma energy that will deal area effect damage on impact. But this one will fly a bit slower, but will deal much more damage and bigger area of effect. So yeah, this is pretty strong. But you can fire now pretty fast with it, and the more you fire, the hotter the weapon gets. And when you overheat it, you have to wait, I think, 1.5 seconds until you can, until it cooled down again, so you can then keep on firing. Um, yeah, that's okay. You can really control the overheat, so not a big problem. Secondary fire got completely changed. It now is iron sights. I don't know what to say about this. All I can say, yes, you can use the iron sights. You're not getting slower by 50% like every other frame. You're only getting slower by 25%. And since you're operating most of the time from the air, this slow won't affect you at all. And using the iron sights will increase your rate of fire by 10%. So you don't have actually alternative fire, but it makes the primary fire stronger. I tested it. I actually could play this one, and it works pretty fine. It works really fine. And yeah, more rate of fire, more accuracy, and this stuff. It works good. It works really good. Then abilities, we got the Meteor Strike. This was the crater. and you jump into the air and go back down to Earth. But now it's not only in a straight line down. You can in a special angel, so you can't do 90%. You can't use it to travel forward, but you can still turn and aim in one direction, then use it, and then you will fly this way. So not only straight line down, also you can kind of control where you want to hit, and also hit this enemy this direction and not right under you. So pretty good rework of this ability, and still lot of damage. A really strong ability. Here we are. Then we have the overcharge. So it increases your rate of fire. You don't use ammunition during this time, and since your weapon now can overheat, this is for all 3 assault frames, it reduces your overheat, so you're not overheating this fast while firing. So this is pretty good. So overcharge is basically no change at all. It works like we know it right now. Then we have the Afterburner. Afterburner, in theory, no changes here, but all ability cooldowns got reduced really good, or really reduced on their cooldown. Right now, the basic Afterburner, 60 seconds. Now, or after the update, 12 seconds base cooldown. Yeah, 12 seconds base cooldown on Afterburner. This is freaking awesome. And when you're using the Afterburner on the Tiger Claw or the Firecat, they have an additional functionality. On the Firecat, it leaves a trail of flames behind you, so basically you know the Inferno Dash. This got merged into the Afterburner. So you shoot forward and leave a fire trail behind you, both with only one ability, with really low cooldown. So this is really awesome. And when you're using this on a Tiger Claw now is more the assault who fights over the range, from the air over the range. And to boost this playstyle a bit more, you get 50% more thrust force. So it's 50% stronger than what it actually is. And this is also a really good buff for the Tiger Claw Afterburner. As ultimate ability, we have the Shockwave. No changes here. So, yeah. Still the usual Shockwave you deploy in front of you and pierces through all enemies, dealing area of effect damage. Nothing too special. Then let's head over to the Tiger Claw. And the primary weapon is the fusion cannon. Yay, no rename here. And the primary fire is basically still the same. Alt fire is again iron sights. But even here, this works pretty damn well. Your Inferno Cannon will get 10% more rate of fire. Sure, this weapon will also overheat during maintaining fire, so yeah. And basically the same rules like for the Accord Assault weapon, completely the same rules, but the primary fire is still the one we know with massive damage, and it can also deal critical damage. So when you're able to deal headshots with it, you will get a benefit from this and get a headshot bonus that you cannot get with the Assault or Firecat weapon. As abilities, we have Hellfire. This is a complete new ability. This is really awesome. Basically, you can't use it while standing on the ground. So you jump up, or you're already in the air, because that's where you're supposed to be during in fight. You put one of your arms in front of you, and it will fire barrage of missiles out of there. So really a lot of missiles, and you're getting a crosshair that you can. Yep, I got a message on WhatsApp. No Steam sound on, so you can't hear this. Professional at work. So, Hellfire, you get an iron sight that you can still move around while you're firing barrage of missiles, and they're dealing area of effect damage and all this good stuff, so works pretty darn well, this ability. Pretty low cooldown, I think the base cooldown is 10 seconds, so you can use this really often, and it looks awesome. It's a strong ability while hovering in the air, not consuming jet energy. A hell of a fun, this ability, and it looks pretty awesome. Then the second ability is Pulsar. This is basically the secondary fire we know right now. So right now you can charge up your fusion cannon, then you will shoot a huge plasma ball that will explode on impact. Pulsar is... screw everyone. Sorry about this. Pulsar is now this huge plasma ball-less ability, but it won't explode on impact, it will stick there. So you can set up pretty neat traps with it. For example, you know someone is coming around this corner in a few seconds. You place your Pulsar there, and as soon as he comes around, you shoot it. And the good thing is, you don't have to shoot it with your primary weapon, so you can use your secondary weapon to explode the Pulsar, or for example an ability. So, place your Pulsar, jump into the air, Hellfire, and all the missiles will hit in this area, dealing damage to the enemy, and also exploding the Pulsar. And the base damage of the Pulsar is huge, it's massive, so it's dealing really much damage. Also, this cooldown isn't too long. I don't know exactly how long, but since you can tinker them and put modules in there and prefixes, it's a really low cooldown. And it flies a bit faster than from the weapon right now. So, this ability makes sense, it works fine, it deals massive amount of damage, you can set up pretty neat traps. I really like this change. The ultimate ability for the Tiger Claw is Supercharge. Supercharge will grant you unlimited jet energy, really nice, increases your movement speed in case you are still a Tiger Claw running around on the ground, and it will accelerate your ability cooldowns. The base duration of Supercharge is 10 seconds, so for 10 seconds base duration, you have unlimited jet energy, you run faster, and all your abilities will be available much faster. So this is really, really awesome. And again, 10-second base duration, and you can increase this. This is really awesome. I like this, and it makes a lot of fun. And me as a Firecat lover, I will switch to the Tiger Claw after the update. Because the new playstyle of the Tiger Cat matches, yeah, I like it, I love it. So, me as a person, I will switch to Tiger Claw, and I've been Firecat forever. And this says a lot about the Firecat. And yes, I'm personally involved in a Firecat review right now. Even if this is news, I will bring in my own opinion on this one single frame. Firecat is still an awesome frame. You will get a Phasen thrower, whatever this is. Basically, you're shooting fire particles. It's a flamethrower. You really have not the flamethrowers we know from bandits. You have one line of, let's call it fuel, you're shooting that gets ignited. So you have one stream of fire coming out of your weapon. Super awesome. Dealing area of effect damage on impact. It looks awesome, works really good. You have only 30 meters of range, but you can also increase this to 40 meters without any problems. So I'm using low level modules on the test server right now, low MK modules, and I'm on 40 meters, and I never missed the range or something like this. 40 meters is way enough to fight. But since it's kind of a fuel, you have it's falling down on the distance. So when you're shooting over the full distance, you have to aim higher. Yeah, this is the weapon itself makes a lot of fun, but also here your weapon can overheat, and then you have to wait some time to cool it back down. But what's also special on this weapon is the hotter it gets, the more damage you deal. So you can play with it, keep it very hot, and but not overheat it, so to always deal maximum damage. This will require some skill, but this makes it special. Alternative fire is again iron sights. Reduced run speed shouldn't matter because you should be mid-air, also with the Firecat, but increased rate of fire. Abilities. The thermal wave got reworked. It's now a stream of fire in the way you're looking, dealing massive damage, fire damage, and hitting every enemy within its range, so piercing through every enemy. This is an okay ability, more fire for the Firecat. Then you have Fuel Cloud. This is the Firecat version of the Pulsar. Basically, you're throwing a fuel cloud, or let's call it a water balloon filled with some fuel. This will pop on impact and release a fuel cloud. Every enemy walking through will be slowed down by, I think, 50%. Okay, we have no information here, so the enemy will be slowed down. And when damaging it, again, with abilities, secondary weapon, primary weapon, doesn't matter, but it has to be damage coming from you. This will ignite, explode, and deal area of effect damage to all enemies, and it will burn for some time, keeping on area of effect damage for every enemy walking in there. The ultimate is the Fuel Airborne. This is basically the same thing we know right now, but it you throw it way faster, it can fly way longer, and it got reworked for more damage and basically super awesome animation. You really have your personal mini nuke. So throwing this in a cave, for example, will illuminate your whole cave. This is freaking awesome. But on impact, it has a delay, so it hits the target or the ground. Then you have a huge fuel cloud expanding, and then it will ignite and explode. So hitting moving targets will be pretty hard, but if you hit, wow, massive damage. This is about the frames. For everyone who don't want to hear my personal opinion about this, should end the video right now. Wish you awesome time. See you in the next videos. For everyone who wants to hear my personal opinion on this special case, stay. I play the Firecat since I started playing this game, so for over 2 years now. And what I have to say, if you watched my video about the Dreadnoughts, and you really should, it feels like a Rhino now. You have the same base speed, you have less HP, you have kind of the same weapon, but the weapon from the Rhino deals way more damage and doesn't have fuel that takes some time, but a static beam. Your abilities aren't not this strong, so, and you can't even say, but yes, you got an afterburner leaving a fire trail. Yeah, great. The Rhino has 2 afterburners, both also dealing damage. So in my opinion, Firecat right now, after this patch, is just a retarded Rhino. Sorry. It looks awesome, it plays really good, but always keep, or you, I have always think about it, Great, if I was a Rhino, I would deal 4 times more damage right now with my primary weapon. So, yeah, I personally don't like the changes for the Firecat at all, or for the Dreadnoughts. I don't think Dreadnoughts should have an afterburner. The teleport shot from the Mammoth was okay, but an afterburner or 2 in case of the Rhino for Dreadnoughts, no. My opinion, no. Completely bullshit. But that's my opinion. Don't be afraid to play the Firecat. It still plays awesome, you have a lot of fire, it still makes a lot of damage. It is a great frame. But I really say for myself, sorry, now it's just a retarded Rhino. Yeah. So, if you like the Firecat, try it out after the update. I'm pretty sure you will like it. And for someone who really likes fire and all the stuff, yeah, you will really like the Firecat. It makes a lot of fun. But this is just my personal opinion. Yeah, that's it for all the assaults. Please check out all the videos for the other frames because a lot of playstyles change there. And probably a frame covers now a playstyle you never noticed or thought about it could. And you really want to play this frame because of the new playstyle. So make sure to check them out. I should put the links all over the screen right now and they're also in the description. And yeah, that's it for the assaults. Wish you awesome time and yeah, see you in game. Bye.